I know I'm coming out late.
What was the tweet again?
I had to respond.
Well-behaved women never make history are the only people that are against the protests.
That's funny. So Cody, just now that I'm kind of going live podcast-wise and all that.
No, I can hear you. Not yet.
Yeah, not so far. You were
not
saying
talk about toilets.
Back to where we were, man. Like
in place tonight in Charleston.
Tell us about Charleston. Tell us what's happening.
Yeah, what's going on up there?
Down at 11. Yeah, tear gas and shit was shot downtown.
Jacksonville, where you're from, cop got slashed in the neck. And they shut down all access to downtown. But that's what I know before I got on here. Nothing else.
Dude, they were shooting tear gas about like 4 hours away, or 4 hours, 4 miles away from me. Like literally shutting the streets down. Cops like in formation, walking down the street, shooting tear gas. Because people were like, they looted the Apple store in Charleston.
Good for them. Fuck that company. As I'm talking to you guys on the Apple iPhone.
iPhone, you're the only one with an iPhone.
I got 2 iPhones.
Hey, made in China, man. You're shopping local.
Hey, dude, one for personal use and one for the company.
No, I want to see it, bro. Please do it.
Yeah.
What?
Like, there's my. I'm talking to you guys on my iPhone.
I'm saying, please flex.
Just regularly flex.
So we is Charleston like? I mean,
yeah, that's
didn't
like
they start
Queen Gem of the South, man? Like,
Charleston.
Didn't they start
really
like organized protesting?
Yeah, they organized. They had 1,500 people. They had a organized protest for 1,500, and like 3,000 people showed up.
Something just happened in Philadelphia.
They were marching downtown. It was peaceful. It was cool. Like, I was there. I witnessed it. Peaceful, cool. Cops came out.
Were you protesting?
The cops were there. The cops were there making sure everything was all right. And then literally like a couple hours later, it turned into looting.
Probably because fucking undercover cops went in and started the rioting. Those fucking bastards.
There you go.
Dude, have y'all seen the pictures of the undercovers in New York?
What?
The undercovers in New York all wore white armbands, and they were also the whitest people ever.
Oh, God. They were wearing white New Balances, white armbands.
Flat-billed backwards hats, and fucking, the California.
Probably
Oakleys. Like me. They look like me.
Minus the beard.
Yeah, no, you can be a hipster.
I can see Jacee as an undercover cop with the hat backwards and his glasses off.
No, if I was an undercover cop, I'd have
buy some drugs.
Nah, bro. If I was undercover, I'd have like a tilted hat.
You guys got some drugs or stuff?
Yeah, can I get some narcotics from you guys?
Or
stuff?
Sure,
officer, hold on.
Yeah, that's the key is and stuff and or stuff.
Yo,
you guys got some drugs and stuff?
Or they
like Channing Tatum
really
in high school in 21 Jump Street.
They ask for weird shit. Y'all got some Sherm?
Yeah. I got Sherm. So I don't know, man. There's so many good people out there.
2 NYPD patrol cars ram into George Floyd protesters after crowd starts throwing bottles.
Oh my God, that was the best part of Trailer Park Boys was the bottle kids. And you're telling me they're getting killed for this? Somebody's hurt. Someone's now hurt.
White privilege.
From a cop.
Bottle kids threw bottles how many times? Hundreds.
Oh, man.
And now you got cops running over protesters.
This is just insane.
Hey,
so this is not.
I'm switching lanes.
No, you're not, Jacee.
What's going on with you, bro?
Well, I was telling them, this is world news, man. Like everybody's talking about this.
I'm not trying to switch world news. I'm just saying.
Literally just to quote you, you literally just did that.
No, like that's what I'm saying. Like that's
how a friend of I'm asking.
That's what's going on.
Doing I hadn't seen in a while.
Yeah, like a lot of
I'm racist.
Like a lot of this is a lot of this is being talked about here. Like I have coworkers, like their English is so and so.
Screw race. How you doing, Cody?
Survive. You know what?
How is that Jacee's problem?
Exactly.
What the fuck does that have to do with him?
Has nothing to do with me. I just wanted to know how my fucking friend is doing in China.
We're doing good, man. Doing good. You guys should visit once the borders open up. It's safe.
I'd love to. We got a bunch of money they're probably not going to use on Scotland, so.
Yeah.
I told you.
I want to go to China.
Might as well go to China.
China and LA, if they don't burn LA down.
I want to go to LA, but I want to go to LA with you, man. Be fair.
Yeah, me too.
I want to go to LA with you.
I'd love to go with all of you. I'm going to Red Rocks, and I'm buying a house. That's my goal.
In Colorado?
I'm buying a house in Charelston, and I'm going to Red Rocks, and I think it's in North Carolina.
Red Rocks, North Carolina.
Yeah.
Red Rocks, North Carolina. Charleston,
it's
Colorado.
only like 4 hours away. I think it's a 4-hour flight.
Or Charleston, Colorado.
I don't know.
It's one of the two.
It's a 2-hour drive.
I don't know if the time goes backwards or not. I don't know.
It's true.
But that's my goals.
Wait, what? You don't know the time goes backwards? And time out. Why the fuck is everybody in a closet talking?
I'm not.
I'm looking at
my
Jacee,
room.
Are you in the closet?
I am. I'm in my bedroom.
Are you in the closet
I'm in
too?
my bedroom. But my girlfriend's dad. My girlfriend's dad's in town, and I'm afraid he's gonna say some shit.
No, but it's well, Channing
lock myself.
Channing was just on, and he was in his closet too. And I'm just like, damn, y'all fucking up. Y'all's old ladies putting you in the closet.
Yeah, man.
Hold the towels right, damn it.
No, motherfucker, I pay the bill. She folds.
Hey, he talks that shit while he's in the closet.
She folds clothes.
Yeah, but he says that as he's in his closet.
And you notice he did that
closet.
look around too, like she ain't around, is she? Yeah, I pay the bills in this bitch.
She's not allowed in this closet.
He's only in the closet because they don't have a doghouse.
Exactly. This might be where. Yeah, she's not allowed. This is a man cave, aka master closet.
Where she puts her dresses.
Where her clothes are.
Where
her dresses and lingerie are.
But it's my goddamn man cave.
Yeah. Bunch of shoes.
Yeah. Don't worry about the sundress in the back.
That's not an alpha move. I don't know what is.
Hey, Michael, that could be a fucking line, dude. You can turn that into a stand-up routine. I know you need some help in that.
I definitely need help.
No, you don't. You're funny as fuck. I love you.
Oh, dude, you could make a stand-up here. It's pretty.
Cody, I have my cousin.
I think Michael Burns could have a fucking stand-up routine on my girlfriend only.
My Motherwell. But I was telling my cousin, I haven't told a lot of family about this and what I'm doing. And she's like, I have a friend who moved from Scotland, moved to Wales to do it, and now he's in China doing it.
It's a growing
I want to look him up
here.
and see if you want to fucking hook up with that dude.
Yeah, let me know where he's at in Xiamen.
That'd be cool. Yeah, I'll figure it out.
Here in Xiamen, we have
as long as he likes big black guys.
Wait,
live
this
entertainment.
This is a big moment. Cody, how do you say that? Say the city name again.
Xiamen.
Yeah, but I've
been pretending to know what the city is.
You're like a suburb of Xiamen, right? Or is
Xiamen
called Xiamen?
No,
it's called Xiamen.
This is why I stopped.
It has a Z. The Z is silent.
It's an X.
No, there's no Z. It's Xime.
So the X.
That's called Xiamen.
I've been calling it Xiamen.
I've been calling it
Xiamen.
I call it Xiamen. Yeah, Burns.
Everyone knows exactly what I mean and how to spell it when I say it. They know, oh, yeah, I've heard of that place. But it's called Xiamen.
Xiamen, yeah.
Xiamen.
Cool.
So I've always said Xiamen because I used to say it Xiamen, but I was like, no, it's got to be more complicated.
They can't have a smooth
Is
transition.
it
Yeah,
to
euro
that
or
vowel.
the
gyro?
X side.
Is it a euro or
It's actually a
gyro?
really good question, JC. For the first time, you've contributed well. That's great.
No.
It's a motherfucking gyro.
It's euro.
Absolutely not.
Hero,
You're not
gyro,
arguing with me.
euro,
You're arguing with an English teacher right now.
or gyro.
Fuck that. It's gyro.
It's gyro in China.
We're
Actually,
talking to an English
yeah.
teacher in China.
The whole generation that you're teaching is gonna be gyro when they take over.
Oh, dude.
25 years from now.
Do you add
It's
ranch
gyro.
to it, though? Do you add ranch? Extra ranch
like-
to your gyro?
All right, we're not
Nah, they
talking about that. We need to figure out
Yeah.
what the fucking name is, and then we'll talk about ranch.
The word comes from the Greek word for spin, a fact confirmed by staff at
Gyro.
Greektown restaurant Athena. Gyro would apply to a singless sandwich, while
Yeah.
gyros would be the correct pronunciation if you were
No
to say
shit.
I
He's
love
reading-
Thanks for teaching us what
he's
the
reading
fucking
that shit
S
off-
means at the end of a word.
He's reading that shit off of Wikipedia. Anybody can change that shit. Fuck that.
Penis is penis.
From Black Club
Penises
Chicago.
are two penises.
It's
Thanks,
P9.
Joel. Huh?
Hey, y'all mind if I bring
Deny.
Chelsea's dad into this?
No, I guess
About
not.
the gyro?
But if he gets offended
I'm
when I
about to
call
go
him an old
smoke a
piece of shit,
cigarette. I'm gonna go smoke a cigarette. So, I might have a 50-year-old, 60-year-old, hard right Trump supporter coming on.
We're just
oh,
bullshit.
let's go. We're just bullshitting.
Can we? I think it.
Oh, no, we're just bullshitting.
I was trying to point just at you to shut the fuck up while we're bullshitting. Let's go. Let's go get him. What's his name? It's my new favorite. I can't wait to meet him at the wedding in 2 years.
Oh, you
After tonight.
proposed?
7 years. Not 7.
Oh.
I'm
that's
Dude, you
fine.
talking
looking
about
for the
buying a-
right ring at a like
What
a
are you
pawn
doing
shop.
with him? Are you fucking smoking weed and shit with him?
Pawn
Nashville
shop.
City Hall on fire.
Yeah, we smoked weed earlier. We're good.
So where are you at? Nashville, South Carolina?
Yeah, I'm in. No, I'm in Charlestown.
North Carolina.
Yeah,
I'm
Charlestown.
familiar.
West Virginia.
You remember Charlestown, North
Yeah.
Carolina? You were here last week.
Yep. I made the whole thing up.
Hey, Chelsea, Joe, y'all want to come say hey to my friends?
Nashville's on fire. City Hall.
Nashville.
Nashville? Is on
Nashville
fire?
City Hall and Courthouse.
City Hall. Cody, say it. Hashtag.
Burn
What's the
that shit
hashtag?
down.
I
Burn
can't
that
believe
shit
that's
down.
going to be a hashtag for my podcast ever. What a crazy thing that I got into
Governor
this, man. I
Kemp-
got started, and this thing just sucks.
Governor
with
Kemp
COVID.
started a state of emergency, which means he's got 2 state of emergencies. We had a state of
2.
emergency inception right now.
Governor Kemp needs to have his shit burnt down, too.
They tried. That's the Humvees I said. Did you
That's
see
the big
that?
Hummers that are
What's
going to
up?
his house.
Duval.
Burns is on the top left-hand corner.
Really? It's
That's the
a-
Hummers I sent. Did you see it, Cody?
Left.
Love you, Dad.
And that's Cody on the bottom right. What up, guys?
So Burns
What's
is
up?
We're
in
talking about George Floyd tonight.
Southeast Georgia. Joel's in Atlanta.
I'm outside of
Cody is
Jackson,
in
right outside of
China.
Jax.
Hey guys,
Hey.
Hey.
salute.
Vote. That's right. Go vote.
Euro.
Triumph.
It's pronounced Euro.
Euro.
So you know. Euro.
It's Euro.
And
We did
Xiamen.
figure that out. We did
Jacee's
figure that
our
out.
hero.
Euro.
Actually, Chelsea is
Just
my
a bunch
daughter.
of Jews.
She fixed my lip tonight.
They
We're
don't
talking
care.
about the sandwich with the
Yeah, we're
donair meat.
Oh,
talking-
that hero.
Wait, what kind of sandwich?
Euro. He got it.
Is
He
it a
nailed it.
euro?
He
said it, euro. He got it right.
gyro?
Oh, it's called a Euro.
Yeah.
Nailed it. Joe got it right.
There we go. Pub sub. dude.
First time. Pub sub. That's it. Fuck Euros. Pub sub's all you need. That is a fact that I will stand behind. Anyone that is listening that has never had a fucking public submarine sandwich,
Hey,
get
hey,
your
shut
ass
up,
there.
Burns, and listen real quick.
In South
Okay.
Florida, there's a pub. There's a submarine sandwich, whatever you want to call them. But it's called Las Espadas subs. They're the biggest badass. Biggest. They hollow out the bread. Badass fucking sub. Best ever.
Make a bulldog break its chain.
Make a bulldog break his chain.
That's what we're doing.
Excellent. Right in the street.
Yeah,
Breaking
we're
chains,
rioting.
man.
We're rioting.
You know what?
in the
That's what we're
streets.
talking about.
Well,
Breaking
you know
chains.
what? As much as I'm sitting here talking about it, and we kind of self-hated guys about how we're a bunch of white guys saying it, we're not out there protesting, and we may have should.
Born in a barn.
We may should be, right? Like, what are we doing? We probably fucking calling people out is one thing, but why are we not out there?
I worked until the curfew.
Well, what happens too, though? Like, here's the deal, right? Let's throw a little unity into the fucking mix, theoretically, okay?
Yo, I met my drug dealer last night. His name is Dale.
I'm not editing this, okay?
Oh.
So you just dry snitched on Dale.
You just dry snitched on Dale, the drug dealer in South Charelston, South Carolina.
Yeah.
North Carolina.
North Carolina.
North Carolina.
Chucktown.
So
let's make sure we get the state and
you,
city
buddy.
correct too as well.
Damn it, man! I don't know where the fuck I was going.
You were talking about unity.
Protesting.
Okay, so don't take my rights away and say I can't protest after a certain time, because that's exactly what protests are about. Going
Honestly,
against what the fuck you're telling me is my right to protest, right? I'm protesting
Mike,
you taking rights away.
But you're talking about...
No, hold on.
Yeah.
But that's what all these fucking Karens and pieces of shit and boomers have been protesting the last few weeks. You're taking our rights away. You're telling me I can do this because it's for my own good. And I don't like you telling me that. Fuck COVID. Well, guess what? Don't
People
tell me
getting
not to
kicked out of,
protest.
like Whole Foods.
You
and
can't
shit.
put a curfew on my protest. That is exactly what the meaning of the word protest is.
It's supposed to be uncomfortable and disruptive.
Why can't we all get together on that and go, you know what?
Joe.
Let's go fucking protest together. Somehow, some
Somebody's
way.
going to be uncomfortable with that.
I also don't think, though,
You know
these
where
are
I'm
the
at,
same
guys,
people.
right?
Yeah, I agree. I also don't think, though, the hey, you guys, there's a curfew. This is the same group that's burning motherfucking police stations down.
Right. Well,
I don't think the time thing is really going to stop them.
I knew you were going to say that, Cody, but I wanted to get my point across.
These people are fighting Secret Service for the barrier in front of the White House.
Yeah. No, I knew that you were going to – I wanted it to be funny, and I knew that you were going to get it there. And I was just like, no, hold on.
But no, you're absolutely right.
Thank you. Fucking piece of shit. I knew that was coming. So, Joel, devil's advocate.
I don't think they actually believe that people are going to stop coming
No
out
way.
of these
No
curfews.
way.
I think they're just like, if it gets 20% less, then that's a win.
That helps, and
Hey,
I think
of course
I'm
that's
gonna
the
play
plan. Of
devil's
course it
advocate,
is.
too. I'm gonna play
It's for the
devil's
Karen.
advocate.
Advocate,
Kevin.
come on, Advocate.
Advocate
It's like an
over
oracle
here.
for the government.
And this is not my point of view or opinion, but it is an angle.
As if you're playing devil's advocate.
Well,
yeah.
there is
So
the angle
you
of people that are
prefaced
going to
it.
take advantage of the
I said with all due
situation.
respect, I hate black people.
No,
I
there's
said with
gonna
all
be
due
people that
respect.
take advantage of the situation as well. If
Meaning
I can
what?
go get a free fucking air fryer, I'm going to go get a free fucking air fryer.
Oh, God.
I don't think anyone went after an air fryer, but that happened.
That is the most Kevin thing ever said on this podcast, right there, Jacee.
Ever.
No,
A
dude,
fucking
And
that's not
huge
my
Kevin
opinion.
sometimes.
I'm just saying there's that
I
angle.
fucking said air
There's that
fryer.
angle.
He didn't say TV.
fryer.
He didn't say
didn't even
laptop.
say TV.
No one's
No, I
upset
want an
about
air
what you
fryer.
said. We're
I want
upset
an
that you chose
fryer
air
and a
fryer.
sound bar.
Yeah.
I'm going to get an air fryer
He
and a
didn't
sound
even
bar.
say sound bar. We had to push that out of him. Like,
Like,
we don't even need one.
Dude,
Should've
it's
just
and
said
he was very
shoes.
technical. A sound
Yeah,
bar.
boat
Bro,
shit.
if I
What
was,
kind of
if I,
sound
if
bar,
I was
Kevin?
looting,
What
if I
kind of
was
sound
looting, I
bar?
would be getting like bedspreads and pillows.
Did you see
I'm
the
not-
guy with the Legos in Minneapolis?
No way.
Legos.
In mini.
so
Well, because
you
that's
should- you
everything
should-
must have been gone.
yeah,
at
the
that
Legos.
point,
I'm
right?
gonna get my
I
Bugatti
shared. I'll
Lego.
send it again. He went and
That's
got the
funny.
Millennium
We can
Falcon
screen share if you
Legos
want.
in the middle
Yeah,
of. Yeah, I'll
In
In the
find
middle
it.
of
Fine.
a virus pandemic and riot. I want to know
Dude,
this
that's a
guy's
couple
stories
$100,
about the Legos.
dude. I want to get the Bugatti Lego set. That's $350. So, like the Falcon or whatever, like it's.
So you're just waiting on the right civil issue before you actually go get the Bugatti Lego, or
I should have
are you
already
gonna
done
buy
that,
it for $350?
should have already
Oh,
done
I
it.
do have a complete Michael. I've got a completely unrelated.
But no, I'm
Go for
saying
it, man.
like
Go
those
for it.
that angle, angle of people that are like, oh well, hey,
I've lost all.
Hey,
I'm like the
hey,
Minneapolis city officials right
hey,
now. I've lost
hey,
all order.
hey, friend, you want to go get an air fryer and a fucking set of
No,
pans?
no.
Get it.
Just,
Enable screen
Jacee,
share.
no, I
How
never
many
want
people
to
are
go
taking
get any air
advantage?
fryers when people are getting killed. When I'm protesting, I'm not looting, right? Hopefully not. Unless it's like I get really
We're
behind
not.
it, right?
We're not.
But
Guess
however,
what? We're sitting on this
hold
shitty fucking Zoom.
I'm not going to
but
be
there
a
are people
viral
that are
meme
doing it.
ever
There are
with an
people
air
that are
fryer in
doing
my hand coming out of Target while motherfuckers
Yeah,
are
dude, I
dying.
saw a video of a
Enable
dude
screen
walking
share.
out with a
Hold on,
fucking
excuse
vacuum.
me. While motherfuckers are being murdered, I'm not gonna have an air fryer in my hand. Now,
Dude, I saw somebody
talk
walking
TVs
out of
and shit.
Target the other day with a fucking vacuum.
yeah, let's talk necessities. But
Are
not
you
air
calling
fryer.
anybody on the way in?
Me?
Like, if you're first of all, enable screen sharing.
What do you
Second of
need,
all,
wife?
yeah. Are
I
you calling like
should
your
be
mom
in.
and be like, "Hey, moms, you want some Twizzlers?"
Should be good, Joel.
Right.
It says I wasn't able.
Hey,
to.
you want to splurge
Is
tonight
good?
and get some yoo-hoos?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I mean, yeah,
that
Legos.
guy.
Legos. Hey, look up vacuum. Some dude was walking out with a vacuum, bro.
He's got his mask on.
At least he's safe. He's safe.
Yeah, because he's allergic. He's scared about the black germs. Yo, look at that kid. Just
Dude,
he had his mask on.
dude's walking out with a fucking vacuum out of Target.
That kid.
But
he's
no,
like,
he had his mask.
fuck it,
He
man.
had
I'm
his
locking
mask.
down. He's
He had
the
his mask
hardest
and he had
Legos
his
ever.
Legos.
I feel like Joel's password's something like Jaguar or some shit like that.
Joel and I have lived together in the past, etc. I've lived with all three of you guys in the past, actually. I know Joel's passwords are related to certain things, just like he knows what mine are related to. I will not give it out, but
It's fucked up.
it's fucking good. It's really good. It's really good. To the point that you know how at work you have to change your password every like fucking 60 days, depending on where you work, guys. I've had to pull some strings or pull some pages from Joel's book. It's just good. You'll never ever like forget those passwords. Like they're so good. Like it's funny. It's a good move. And again, it's a big part of. I just know that, and of course, that's as far as I'm going to go with it. But it's funny.
All right.
It's fucked up.
What the fuck else were we talking about?
Pretty much nothing. But that's fine. We can talk about whatever you'd like, but. You know, I'm trying to put this out when it's hot, and I'm glad we got together on it.
Looting air fryers.
Yeah, we're talking about looting. Are you calling anyone on the way in?
No.
If I'm in,
no, I'm getting what I need.
If we want to play the hypothetical game, Cody's
hypothetical,
texting while I'm talking. Of course, I'm calling the wife.
Actually, it's even worse. You're that boring. I'm actually looking at games to download on my phone.
Oh my god!
Hey, I got one. Cody. Marvel.
If I can get
Strike
5
Force.
listens to that first part, I'll be happy. What's that, Joel?
Cody, Marvel Strike Force.
But doesn't that take up a lot of space?
No. Also, you have a fucking iPhone and you're in China. It's probably like 1,000.
You have 2 iPhones.
Yeah, you have 2 iPhones.
And
yeah,
but
this is
like
like
this terabyte, Joel.
It's a terabyte. That's what I
was
was
going to say 1,000 gigs, which is a terabyte. So.
Hey, also, I'm just going to point out this game, Plague, that used to be free until COVID-19 became big.
I dated a girl back in like 2012-ish, 13-ish, around then, and she would play it, and I was thinking about it, like, when that shit was going down.
Huh? Who was that? Was that Amy?
Yes.
But nurses do it better.
Listen, just real quick, podcasting, recording. Let's like quit all that. So
no names.
There's no last name.
Just stop.
Okay.
Yeah, clearly he doesn't.
God.
He already
Anyway,
snitched on the
I
drug
remember
dealer.
playing that game, and when COVID fucking broke out, I was like, dude, I used to play this shit. If someone's playing,
Cody
like,
remembers
this could
that.
be over in a month. Like,
Like,
I got pretty good at it, and she was a pretty smart cookie that got pretty good at it. And I'm just thinking the same shit. Like, damn,
I play
dude.
that shit all the time at work.
Yeah,
That's why
this kid- yeah, you used to play it.
that Netflix documentary that's been
Yeah.
on there for like 3 or 4 years.
Yeah, and it's now huge.
It's everyone in the
Yeah.
country's seen it.
Or what about the like even that movie
It's called
Contagion?
it's called like
that came out
Plague or
2011.
Epidemic or something.
Oh yeah.
What's
What'd
that?
you say,
Cody?
Cody?
That movie Contagion.
Yeah,
With
Yes,
yeah.
it was
Damon-
#1 on like
Matt
iTunes.
Damon?
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was trending worldwide. It's like number
And
one.
motherfuckers are
fucking
like,
Netflix.
see, they've already made a movie about it. Like, time the fuck out, bro. It's just like 9 years old, man.
Yeah.
Hey,
So
and we're gonna
hold on.
go
If we ever get
full
an
circle.
asteroid heading this way, are people just gonna watch Armageddon and be like, "Oh, no, it's gonna be cool. They're just gonna get rid of shitty Paris.
Bruce
we'll be all right."
Willis got
Matt
it.
Damon
Yeah,
will say
like
this.
the people aren't worried.
do
'cause
you
they made a
remember
movie about it?
Speaking of that, do you remember a certain coworker who thought that
Oh,
when we
my
said
God,
that plot
true
line,
story.
they were like, "Wait,
We did.
why didn't we hear about that?"
Oh yeah, So you guys know Cody, but you know me, and I just feel like if Cody and I get together on a project like that, we usually never are working together. We used to work together to get laid, and boy, did we sometimes. But typically, we're just
So we-
ripping the
we
shit
didn't
out of
lay
each
each
other,
other.
right? We're just never laid each other, but we're just ripping each other to shreds instead of like getting along. But we just went at it. We're talking about, yeah, man. So they called this like oil drilling company. Like there's just like these guys that just had record numbers, and they trained them in a couple of weeks, and they sent them up, and we just told them the Armageddon plot, and this guy was just like, "Fuck, man, I can't believe I've never heard of it." I'm like, "Yeah, Google it." But he's never gonna Google it because we're telling him all the facts. We're not
Right.
leaving a detail out, so no one's gonna
He thought he was-
fact check us.
He was
He's dead
so
now.
upset that the media kept it under
Yeah,
wraps.
just kept it.
That
secret.
guy
That's
is
what I'm
sitting at
saying.
home. That guy right
Yeah.
now is sitting at home, be like, man, they're covering these protests, but they didn't cover that asteroid.
Yeah, he's dead now, but he would definitely be sitting there saying that. Like, I can't believe I didn't hear about Paris getting fucked up and then rebuilding the Eiffel Tower, but
What?
I'm
Rest
hearing
in
about this
Proto,
black
smart
guy
guy.
getting killed. This guy was not racist one bit. I'll tell you that. Some days he was mad and angry, but he was a bit of a redneck towner. But he's a Filipino that looked Mexican, and Mexicans would think he was Mexican. So he hated Mexicans, but he loved he loved basketball and Michael Jordan very much, like shit like that. But damn, he was dumb sometimes.
It's a very
We
Mexican
convinced
thing.
him that Armageddon. Yeah, he's Filipino though. But we convinced him that Armageddon was a true event that happened in this world.
I convinced someone that Canada was part of the U.S. once.
I convinced someone that Joseph's last name was Christ, and that's why we call Jesus Christ.
That's solid.
Like it took me 2.5, 3 hours. And it's a staunch Catholic. Like he knew better. Like, no, man, Google that shit. And you
just gaslight him?
you just get going though. You know what I mean? You're just like, oh, well, here's the legalities of what was going on in Israel back in the day. And he's not questioning it.
Oh my gosh. I think that's one thing I've learned living abroad is outside looking in is how stupid, selfish, and naive we are
As Americans?
as a whole. Individually,
Naive.
we have very smart and good people, but as a whole, it's like I understand why people hate Americans but like the Western culture.
I'm
that way.
That's great, Cody.
How many people want to take advantage of the ignorance of the United States?
It's not even taking it. It's just like right now, everybody is seeing America without our Snapchat filter. And it's just like
we can't get over it. We just can't get over it.
Like
and we did this for ourselves.
You know what? This is a real life Tiger
did it to
King
ourselves.
reality show.
Yeah,
Like this
we
is a
did it.
train wreck.
It's like, Cody, you're in China, and
Hey, guess what? You remember when
COVID,
Donald
and America's
Trump
fucking up.
got fired? He was on that like reality show, like
Wait,
Apprentice.
what was it called? Donald Trump was on a reality show?
Like, yeah, when Donald Trump was on like
Yeah, it was called Presidency 2016, 2020. Where have you been?
yeah, that too.
Back to it.
But no,
So-
before that, he was on some show, and it was like you would fire people and
Pawn Stars.
something
It
like
was
that.
close to that.
But it was
Apprehensive.
like I
Are you
remember
fucking with us right now,
Donald
JC?
Trump being like, "You're fired. You're fired."
Yeah, it was
You're
the
fired.
WWE. Him and Vince McMahon got together.
No, it was before that, dude. It was some like American Idol of like.
Are you fucking with us right now about the title, Jacee?
I'm not,
Are you,
dude.
Is this a real
I'm
question?
really- dude, no, I'm not.
You talking about The
fucking with you.
Apprentice?
Dude, Donald Trump was on.
Oh, The
some
Princess.
show.
Princess.
The Apprentice.
It's the princess, yeah.
Is that Princess? That's
Are you guys fucking with me right now? Like
You're fired.
about like not remembering that show?
Yes.
I am.
Apprentice.
Hey, the Princess.
JC, are you? I don't know if JC's fucking with me or if he's being for real.
He's
like,
fucking
forgot
with my
the title.
podcast big time. I'll tell you that.
I'll get off if I need to.
Joe, I'm gonna need you to put on some grown man shorts too.
Yeah,
when
did
you're
you see
walking
those
around.
fucking little
fired.
boxers he's wearing?
You're fired. You're fired.
What I'm saying, the point I was trying to make real quick is like, we're laughing about COVID, right? America's being dumb, right, JC, about COVID. Ha, 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 right?
No, you're
Well,
fired.
So we're trying to get out of it. We're trying to go back to normal, give our people some money. And then it's like, oh, no, Americans don't even know how to get along
$1,200,
during
that's
when
money.
everyone's sick.
Hey,
I'm just
guess
saying-
what? $1,200 was a lot of money when I was 16.
Cool, we're taking that road. But what I'm saying is, like,
I'll take whatever road you want.
we
me.
can't get along. No, we can't get along with each other enough. Even during a worldwide pandemic, that they just keep laughing and keep laughing and keep laughing at us. So that's what you're getting at with the reality show thing.
Yes.
I mean, that's to think that
We
Sorry,
shot
I
ourselves in
didn't
the
make
foot
that
with these
clear.
race wars because we don't care. I don't know what the word is I'm looking for, right, Cody? Like, we're getting everyone's laughing at us, but it's like, all right, well, we had this going on and this going on. We're still America. We're still okay. And then, bam, we're world news. Yeah, because our country's on fire.
apparently we can handle a virus.
Bro, our
different than
country
anybody else.
hasn't had.
Right.
Dude, Flint, Michigan. Flint, Michigan's a third world country right now. They don't have clean water.
We are a
clean
third
water.
world country.
I was going to say, the United States is a third world country right now.
We are
Exactly.
acting. We are.
But it's the
looking
best
like
country. We're
what they
blessed to be
taught
here.
us.
We're lucky.
Are we? Right now?
I'm
LA's on
proud
fire.
to
Nashville's
be
on fire.
American.
Minneapolis is on fire. On fire.
You know what though, Mike?
Because people in authority can't have powers. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, man. I mean,
Sorry.
JC's got like, even living in China and the shit that we got going on.
That's what I'm wanting to hear. That's why I'm saying what I'm
Like,
saying. Yeah.
Like even everything we got going on. I'll talk with other Americans, and it'll be like, man, we're fucking up.
Yeah.
But I tell you right now, let somebody else say some shit about America.
Yeah.
And be like,
Yeah.
hey,
It's like
time
your
the fuck
sister
out,
or
bro.
something, right?
Who are you? Like you coming from fucking South Africa. Like chill the fuck out. And I mean, we have a lot of fucked up things going on.
That's nice
right
to
now.
know.
And however, though, being an American, we still, even abroad, you still have like an arrogance. You can spot another American
You know,
by
Why?
Like, just
why
listening
are
to
we
them.
so arrogant though?
because we're fucking Americans,
because we're
JC.
Americans.
Why?
Look, because we are one of the only like we have done things that other countries talked about doing.
No,
Like,
I get it,
they're-
dude. I
I've
get it.
spoken to some.
We should all spend time abroad. Every fucking one of us should spend 2 years abroad. But go ahead.
I was gonna say I've talked to people from like some coworkers from Africa, and they love Americans strictly because of the American Revolution. They're like, "Oh, I love American. You guys stood up to the colonizers. That's the best thing ever."
No one likes that comparison right now. Oh, well, they were doing this and they were doing that and they were wasting property. Well, guess what they were doing at the Boston Tea Party?
So they were
And
rioting
nobody
and shit out.
Well, I'm saying they were doing essentially what was going on right now. They're
And
fucking shit up.
systematic oppression.
They weren't worried about. Say it again, Joel.
Sorry, I blanked. Standing up against systematic oppression.
Correct. And no one likes that comparison when you use it.
Well, can they fucking stand up to?
Yeah.
Can they stand up to Navient, formerly Sally Mae, for us?
Cody, that joke is so old, but it's never old. It never gets old. Do you know what I mean?
It burned that bitch down for real.
It's so relatable.
Like,
Steal those fucking files.
Man, they send in employees on Hawaii vacations and shit. Like, fuck.
Oh, man. That's funny.
Joel, where's Kelly at?
Putting me on blast for my CBD.
It's my medicine. Kelly doing? Watching the Jeffrey Epstein documentary.
Oh, where's that at?
Just taking a cool break.
Netflix.
Is it Netflix?
Taking a cool break from the riots too.
We took a week off Netflix, man. We got a little crazy with the lockdown.
I definitely don't
I have
recall
a really
anybody asking
important
about you
update
and
for you,
I.
Michael, and I'm going to blow your mind. And I need you to tell me. I have something really important to tell you.
Yeah, man.
You know the girl that goes to Australia in 90 Day Fiance?
Yeah.
This fucking show.
She's fucking hot.
Found out today.
Dumb as shit. She's hot.
OnlyFans.
How much?
Well, I guess my wife finds out tomorrow when she hears this podcast that I'm spending X amount a month to watch that bitch at least once or twice.
She's the second one. Well, the other one was Love After Lockup.
Oh, okay.
Love After Lockup. I haven't looked into it at all already. It was right before we got in here. I was on Instagram.
Can we do it right now? Can we do that right now?
You wouldn't be able to post this on.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, you're right. Oh, I'm gonna check her out. Oh, absolutely.
I don't even know her name, so I had to figure it out.
Well, I have to remember her name. Oh,
what the fuck are y'all
Stephanie,
talking
I think.
about?
Share that in the group chat.
Hot ass chick on 90 Day Fiance before the 90 days.
Share it in the group chat.
Okay.
She's bisexual. She's a YouTube star, but now she has an OnlyFans.
No, apparently she's had it the whole time. Like she's had it for a year.
I'm in. I'm gonna check that out.
Share that on the group chat.
Yeah,
I will.
She's hot.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Cody, do you know what OnlyFans is? You're in China.
No, is that a porn site?
It's the new thing. No, it's like a way for like girls to just be.
It's like Twitter. It's subscription Twitter for porn.
But you can be just like, oh, I'm gonna pay $5 and I can watch anything that this chick posts forever.
Why the fuck would I pay it when they post that shit on Twitter for free?
Because
that's how I feel.
It's like porn.
Well, I mean, that's like they post porn on Twitter. Same with Snapchat.
Is it
why the
the
fuck would I
new
pay for
like?
premium
I've never used Twitter for
dance,
it. Put it that way.
Lap dance of internet.
You just follow some of those bitches.
I've never used Twitter for that. Like honestly, like
Reddit.
I've definitely like to try and build my Twitter audience before, not as far as this account's went. I've just liked every cam girl and shit that's tried to like be my friend, but it just didn't work.
Have used it for porn.
I've never like went for porn on Twitter. Like that's just the last place I felt to look for it.
But he just goes and likes every cam girl.
No. It's just like follow. I'm like, yeah. And then you find
same
like
thing happens
similar,
on
and I'm just like,
Instagram.
yep. Yeah.
Same thing happens on Instagram.
Yeah.
You get those DMs
like,
to you and 300 other people, and it's like free singles near you.
It's crazy, man.
Which I know is a lie because there's a lockdown and a protest. There is no free local.
Ain't no fucking
There's no meet and greet tonight, you lying sons of bitches.
You fucking.
I'm tired of it.
You lying sons of bitches. That's funny. Because motherfuckers, so sons of bitches lie. That's why. If you've ever lied, your mom's a bitch. Got all of y'all. Every
You're
one
right.
of you. Every
Hey,
one of
you
you.
know, I mean, since we're kind of side noting here, Wise Kids You Know have been doing reuniting via Zoom. They have 3 episodes.
Oh,
of
man, I
just
gotta check. They're so funny.
Who?
Wise Kids You Know.
Kids you know. God damn it, man. This, I mean, I've.
Are they having a family discussion?
45 minutes.
Maybe we should ask him how he feels about Jacee plowing his daughter.
No, you know what? Let's do it because he's fucking ruined anything. It's fucking gonna be serious. So yeah, what do you think about Jacee fucking her?
How do you feel about Jacee going down on your daughter?
How about you feel about her going down on Jacee?
And then giving you a kiss on the cheek.
Aww. I love you, Dad.
Can't keep living this way.
When was the last time you went down on her mom?
LA is on fire, on fire.
I'm gonna turn that shit on and probably watch it all night. Because
Mute him.
This is
Mute him.
yeah, I'm doing it now. I forgot about that. Good God, man.
He can still hear us, but
I'm fine with that. I'm like, good God.
LA is
I
on
just
fire.
got so loud.
Bad.
It just kept getting louder and louder.
Yeah, I think they were doing it on purpose.
I'm sure.
They might have heard our questions, and for real.
Jacee is a paid protester.
If Joe wants to get on and talk about stuff, I'd love to do it. But of course, everyone's been drinking. It's they're partying. They're not doing what we're doing right now. So
Jacee's a paid protester placed by Antifa.
There's a lot of that shit going on. Look at that cop.
Yeah,
It started that fire and shit. So it's again,
Or like the one
it's
who
all
was
done,
caught
basically.
busting the
We don't
windows.
need to get all super serious anymore. But do you think that made their job easier in respect, or in not respect, in respect to hindsight?
it's like the curfew
Like
thing.
they were allowed to just arrest people at that point because there was something like
no, that's what I'm saying.
imminent
It's like the
danger?
curfew. If certain stipulations are in place, then it makes it easier to arrest people or just automatically detain them. So it's as soon as the window's broken,
Shut that line, like you said, they're pretty simple lines.
Yeah, and now you overstep this rule that we just made on the spot.
Yeah. It's crazy that in a country like America, people
This
do
fucked
that
up
shit.
game of Simon Says.
Here's what sucks. Here's what really sucks about America, man. Honestly, and COVID not making it very easy right now too, right? But remember Egypt a couple of years ago? You got to be so proud of these motherfuckers going after it and doing it. We're not actually doing it because we're able to be arrested. We're able to be detained. They should not have a fucking chance in hell of really being able to do it. Now, we should be smart enough, instead of arrogant Americans, Cody, as you were just saying, to follow certain rules that will keep everyone safe, where we're not killing motherfuckers, right? But if we can unite
Starbucks
and do it and stop burning shit,
Karen's
then they should not be able to
mad.
stop us. They'd have to be brutal against us to stop us, and that would kill it. Oh, damn it, Jacee. I was about to unmute him.
Okay.
Everybody's unmuted,
Joel.
yeah?
Okay. Did Jacee leave?
Yeah, I guess.
I thought he was throwing up the peace sign because you were talking about being peaceful.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Joel, can you hear? Or can I hear you?
Yeah, you're good.
All right.
So Jacee dipped out.
I mean, he was dipped out for the last 8 minutes.
Yeah.
And he came back, but he was muted for good reason, so I don't care. So I think that's part of the problem too, man. It's like we're not protesting right. Cody, I know what you said. I know that your point to what the fuck else can we do when we started kneeling and holding up the signs. So good point. What you've now said tonight is that we need to start saying something. So as a peaceful protest, it is strength in numbers. It shouldn't be just 8% of the 12% of the population. It should be 50% of the population minimum, where they can't do it. They'd have to be brutal to stop us. They'd have to use brutality on certain people before it got, because they would never be able to stop it if we truly got behind the issue. So what are we actually scared of? The power?
Well, that you have to. There has to be consequences for their actions of how they're treating people.
That's a revolution, Cody.
Yeah, and I think that's
ready for it.
Well,
that's
you know,
the next question, right?
I think it's a guaranteed 14% of the U.S.
You're
population.
You're damn right about that. That's a hell of an answer, man. Hell of an answer. Because you're fucking right.
I think it's
you're right about that, man.
The reason what you're saying, the reaction to COVID-19 after a couple of months of people being quarantined, is because they don't like being inconvenienced. And I think that the majority that a majority of Americans aren't racist, but they're not willing to be inconvenienced.
Right.
Americans,
because we're free.
The worst thing about Americans and the freedom is the freedom to be lazy.
Mm-hmm. And now, which we did touch on earlier, also the freedom to sit behind a keyboard and have every opinion that you need, because there's no consequences for those actions either. A lot. And that's what Cody was saying. Start calling them out. Call them out. Yeah. Call them out. Call them out. Call them out. And that's where I'll sit here and say that not all cops are bad cops. And hear me out, meaning like there's a little town like mine where shit like that doesn't go down. Knock on wood. You know, hopefully the day doesn't come. But right here I'm just saying, I know good people here that are police officers that had nothing to do with certain things. And what I'm saying is there's good people out there that are trying, but they're outnumbered. So why can't we use our strength in numbers to change that thought, to change that perception?
Camden is just as fucked as Brunswick is.
I'm not saying it's not. I'm not saying anywhere's not. I'm just saying I know people that listen. We're not, and you can say Camden. I'm talking about, let's say, my town, St. Mary's. When's the last time something like that went down in this town? It hasn't. So let's just say there's plenty of places.
When's the last time it was reported because of not the good old?
Well, how many towns? Let's just say how many towns in America don't have black people or a population of black folk? It's not happening there. Does that mean it's a bad fucking cop? I'm just saying, let's not generalize like they want me to. I think that's wrong. I really do, because as soon as we start, because we're talking about human beings here, as soon as we start telling them they're bad,
you're not.
It's just like people that went to Vietnam and fought and watched their friend die in 12 seconds, but they came back from that and we were calling them fucking baby killers and shit.
But
they're not bad people.
That's fine.
There's a comparison. What I'm trying to find the right thing, right?
I'll concede that to you, but we don't get to call them good either. If they're not standing
then explain that. Of course.
If you're not standing up against,
I agree with that.
So the argument I was making right before this with somebody in a Facebook group we were in was
100% agree
about the Kingsland cops. They're like, well, one of them testified against him. I was like, okay, one of how many?
Yeah.
What about the mayor? What about the police commissioner? What about the fire chief? What about every person of power in that town that should have said something?
When it happens, I know that this is a huge profile case because we have cities on fire as we speak, right? But it should always go to, like, let's say it's some kind of neutral site, or it should always go federal, right? Like, it's got to go somewhere that quickly. I'm not saying there's a lot. Those is the other side. We haven't even done an autopsy. What if he actually had, like, a flesh-eating, brain-eating virus that we didn't know about? We know what we saw, right? We know what we saw.
So something uncomfortable I'm going to bring up, but I think it's important to bring up is police
the judicial system's fucked, and that's what I'm getting at.
Police worship, man. We just automatically give them the benefit of the doubt no matter what. Even though
because they're underpaid, and that's got a lot to do with it. That's a big part of their problem.
Sure.
But guess what? I've got their back because they're underpaid and they're protecting and serving.
Right.
But they're not protecting and serving.
No, but what I'm saying is I'm giving them all the power and all the love and respect.
Not him, but
because they're making no money, and it's like you're a cop and you're out there protecting,
they're
serving,
risking
doing
our
your
lives
thing, man,
because
and you're risking your
the
life,
same people,
and you're making no money, and I respect the hell out of you, sir. And we're giving them that no matter what. We're scared of
hairstylists spend more time training than fucking cops.
Yeah, correct.
The same time
Comcast,
that we were taught.
The guy that installs your cable gets more background checks than cops to get inside of your house, which is fair enough. Thank you, Comcast. But you know what I mean?
They just
Dude,
have
that
shitty
chick from
service.
Smothered is going to be a cop.
What?
Right.
What'd you say?
That should
Anyone
say
can
everything
be a
that you
cop.
want to know.
If they get no, the preview is I made a 74 on my test or an 82 or something. No, if you don't make 100, you're not even considered.
Wait, what are you talking about? What happened?
She took like a cop aptitude
Not
test
just
at
she.
Police Academy.
Not just she.
We can
a
talk
girl,
about she. Go.
A girl on the show that we started watching, horrible TV
Called
show
Smothered
called
on
Smothered.
TLC. Watch
It's
it. It's
about,
very
like,
uncomfortable.
It's very uncomfortable.
Very.
It's moms and daughters who are basically so obsessed with each other that it makes everyone around their life inconvenient.
There's
And
a TLC show about it.
There's weird sexual tension between them. They take
That is
showers
also
together.
a problem in America. Yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah, we glorify it. We put them on TV and give them money.
They take showers together every morning. This chick is 19 years old, takes a shower with her mom every morning. Her mom washes her back and her hair.
19, 20, 21, somewhere
She's
around
19.
there.
Went to the police academy. It shows her in the training. She's like, I got an 84. I'm going to be a cop now.
Yeah.
Clearly has, at minimum, needs to talk to a therapist.
At minimum.
And she's going to be a cop in America. And it's funny, except you realize
she's a cop now. Or
that chick's a cop by now.
It's funny until you realize that's real life.
Yeah,
and that's just
what I was
one
exactly
person
about to say,
caught
it's
on
funny.
camera.
Ha ha. And then
like I'm trying to watch the
you
show
over.
about crazy people, and one of them's like, "Yeah, I'm a cop now."
Yeah, I'm a police officer. Now, maybe to my point, full circle here, that she's in a shitty little town where it's just never going to happen per se. Where like, you never say never, right? Like, don't get me. I'm not ignorant here. I'm just saying like. Maybe it does exist, and maybe that's part of the problem, that they don't get the education that even city folk are getting or suburb folk are getting. They're so
Education's
far
a fucking problem,
right?
though, man. Like,
Of course it
like
is.
I said, you're taught in school in second grade that cops are heroes and that racism ended in 1965.
Yeah, Jim Crow.
And all these other countries are third world countries compared to America.
Yeah.
Brown
like,
versus the Board of Education, Jim Crow, done. Oh, Martin Luther King had a dream, and everybody woke up, and the dream came true. That's it. That's all we learned. Go ahead, Cody. Sorry.
No, you're absolutely right. That's where I was getting. Like, we're taught those basic facts that
That's just three that I remember.
that the Civil War wasn't about slavery.
Of course it wasn't.
It was about states' rights to own slaves.
Yes,
It was about states' rights.
And like you said, Dr. MLK Jr. had a dream. Everybody woke up. Rosa Parks sat on a bus, and everybody was able to ride the bus. Brown versus Board of Education. Everybody was, all the schools were integrated. Yeah, like all that. And then it's like, okay, so racism doesn't exist anymore. And thinking about it, especially in our school system, like growing up, looking back, like, yeah, that's exactly how we were taught.
But they do things. Yeah,
and we had no reason to not know.
It's exactly how we were taught.
Yeah.
We had no reason to not know until it's like cell phones came out and they were like, hey, man, if you go to a different city.
Yeah. Joel, you benefited from it. Just as far as you take one college class in something that's like just kind of interesting to you that you didn't really know about, but you have that basic knowledge. And let's compare like it to space exploration. Like let's just say that's something you're into, right? Or music composition. Let's say you're into that. You've got basic knowledge of chords and stuff. You take one college class, you're like, holy fucking shit. You know how much shit I can learn? You know how much theory there is? Blah, 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 blah. Same with like history. you take basic history, taking that basic knowledge that you've got, like you get into 1102, it's like, holy fucking shit. What weren't they teaching me?
Dude,
Yeah.
I will.
Because they end it at like 8th grade.
When I got to Alabama State.
I'm talking one little class.
Yeah, when I got to
I'm not saying
Alabama
everyone
State,
needs to do it, but
like,
you need to plug it into public.
Yeah, and
You know?
so I was part of, like, a course you have to take is humanities.
Yeah.
Bro,
yeah.
like,
it's you literally just opened your eyes on camera. It's like, it's eye-opening.
Like, the first week, they're sitting there and you're just like, oh my gosh. Like, this is stuff that we didn't even scratch the surface of.
Right. I bet you people were walking out there after 2 weeks, let alone a semester, going, you know what? You can be gay if you want. That's okay. Or
but man,
you can be black if you want. It's okay. You know what I mean? Like, just idiots.
I walked out after
idiots,
a semester and being like, damn, I don't.
Well, by the way,
I
that's
don't
an
even know
HBCU.
if I like white people anymore.
Well,
like, yeah.
it's an HBCU that you were at. So humanities is just, like I said, just to have some.
I don't know, man. I went through.
What's happening,
12,
Joel? What's happening real quick is, put a pin in that real quick, is that you're paying for it now.
Yeah.
You're paying for it. And so they're going, okay, well, let's teach this motherfucker something a little real. Someone's paying for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
No,
go ahead.
right.
Go ahead to your point. I got you.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, I went through 12 Black History Months in school, and I feel like that covered it.
that covered everything.
How many, like, I know everything about Harry.
I'm using that on stage. So that's going to be my excuse for saying anything borderline racist or controversial racism. I'm like, whoa. I did 12 Black History Months in school. I know everything.
I get it.
Oh, that's great material, Joel.
But you know what? But again, like, you're right.
That's the biggest excuse that every one of these motherfuckers have.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. What do you mean? You guys have
Michael, McDaniel, all the.
And it's just like a month.
You don't know what's going on.
That's part of American history.
Where's White History Month?
Yeah, it's
they
12
always
months
say
a
like
year,
that
motherfucker.
too, by the way.
Yeah.
White.
Yeah.
What? Can you imagine if I brought up the White Entertainment Channel? What would be the White Entertainment Channel?
The Country Music Channel.
CMT.
Also, TMZ, ABC, Fox News,
CBS.
Everything Tim Allen's on.
Nothing that UPN was BET too. Remember? No shit. Now, granted, everyone knows that I'm an immigrant, but I'm not gonna say I fell in love and got obsessed with black people, but it was a huge curiosity to me, of course,
dude.
And I'm willing to admit that UPN was more of a channel. Black people in general, I'll say it that vague. Black people was an obsession and a huge curiosity to me.
It happened to a lot of white people.
But not even I didn't even know that term existed. And you know what? I didn't even know if the term black was what I was using in my head. It was a long time ago. I moved here like 10, 11. So it's like, it wasn't anything politically incorrect, but it was just like that person. Like, it was different to me and of course I knew and was smart enough to know it was black people, but I moved here just with no knowledge and zero experience with any person of color, except for when I went to London. And of course you see them, but when did I interact with anyone that was black? If I'm staying with family, I went to the American Embassy, did some things, and then went home. So zero interaction. So when I first got here to the States, it was just a crazy experience and, again, obsession with it. But for that, UPN was BET for free, and UPN was on my fucking TV more like in bed and shit, like Moesha and like Martin and shit like that. Living Single was on my TV more than fucking the regular ABCs. And that wasn't because I'm trying to sit here and brag and relate to black people somehow.
No, but you're right.
I'm just letting you know, like, it was so new to me that I'm like,
there's definitely an interest in
Black culture when you're not exposed to it, and then all of a sudden you find out about it. Just like any, like I'll use the word universe because Cody and I like video games and shit like that.
Sure. So
but it's like
you
get into Game of Thrones, and then all of a sudden you're researching like the history of Westeros. Same thing. Like anytime you get exposed to a new world that if you're a inquisitive person, you're like, hey man, what the fuck's going on with this? And you find out you had no idea people could be funny.
What's sad
well, I mean,
is, I
think
we torn apart for talking about it the way I'm talking about it, but I am talking about it as Black culture.
No, it's important that we talk about it realistically.
Than my culture.
Though. It's so important that
Scottish
we're not being like super PC.
Yeah, you can't.
And
I'm
not
PC.
referring to myself as like, as a cisgender male, I just like to say,
right.
See,
fuck
you know what?
that.
Like, fuck that. Like again, at the beginning of this, when Sandy was still on, we're talking about how important it is to have honest conversations. Like
Cody, I'm ready for you to come in. I'm sorry, buddy, but the most PC I can get is I will not agree that all cops are bad, but I'll listen to anyone's points because I understand the points.
They're obviously not all cops are bad.
I know that, but I just can't get behind that hashtag, and I cannot plug it for my podcast. However,
but I
won't say anything else because I'm hating what the fuck's going on right now.
All cops should pick a fucking side. They should
pick a fucking side right now. Pick a fucking side right now. That's a fucking cool idea. Come out and say
Straight
it.
from the underground.
Mm-hmm. Well,
no, I would say that when you were talking about when you were talking about inquisitive, and when you like if something pops and you go to research it and stuff.
Yeah.
Well, it's like here, Mulan, the live action.
Yeah.
Like to see when they talk about seeing somebody who looks like you on the big screen. Like Mulan is a huge deal. I'm in a group with a bunch of my like Chinese friends.
You mean for like Chinese people?
Well, in general, I mean, think about it. Like when Rogue One came out,
Asian people, I guess. Oh,
yeah, when Rogue One came out,
Luke Skywalker.
No, Rogue One.
Go ahead. I don't know. Sorry. I'm sorry.
What do you mean you don't know?
He doesn't know. He's a Star Wars guy.
I'm not in.
You don't even have to be a Star Wars to know.
I said Black Luke Skywalker because that I think. Now hear me out.
Like
hear me out. Because since we are talking about it, I don't think a lot of Black people will know what you're saying, but I think a lot of them will know what I'm saying. Black Luke Skywalker, but he was the lead in the new Sky Wars Universal thing, right? That one, or series. Is that what I'm saying?
Kind of.
Black Luke Skywalker. That's what I'm talking about. Saying. It was a huge thing.
You talking about John Boyega? Yeah.
Yeah, John Boyega, the new lead, the new guy.
Who got like pushed to the side
Black
for
Luke
a white
Skywalker.
woman?
I mean, he's not a Jedi, and
but did that happen?
Stormtrooper, but it's fine.
Is that what your point is? Is that what happened, Cody?
No. I mean, that's what happened. Yeah, clearly they ruined his storyline. But no, what I'm saying is like when you see somebody that looks like you on the big screen, you get excited and get inquisitive, and you start learning about it. Well, that was a thing. Like Mulan here, like
Black
all of a sudden I'm in this.
Yeah,
I'm in
Black
this
Panther.
Yeah.
Way better analogy in that situation. Everyone knows Black Panther, dude. Every Black person I know went and saw Black Panther.
Well,
no Black person I know went and saw Star Wars.
Specific to China, where it is now.
Yeah, Mulan, I get it.
Mulan,
but fuck the Star Wars comparison.
But they were excited. They were excited to see somebody like themselves.
Yeah.
And so, but then the inquisitive, you start learning, and it's like I'm sitting here learning about Mulan and like what province she's from, what village she's from. I was just like, holy shit! Like this is some real deal stuff.
Right.
And then, because Joel would mention Game of Thrones, you start reading about like that old. Well, I mean, I think
ancient Chinese story.
Well, like a.
You can't say ancient Chinese.
Well, I mean, I just think it's like like a classic.
It's just a historic tale.
I mean,
there's history behind it, like Forrest Gump style. There's history behind it.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure there's definitely like some events that occurred and things like that, the Great Wall and things.
So what you're talking about is like, okay, I got you. I see what you're saying.
But it just made me think of when Joel was talking about like how you'll look into things, and it was just like, damn, like he's right, and how it just kind of talks on to.
That's why in middle school everyone
like 3 different
wore
things.
FUBU. That was why.
Yep.
Which what?
Remember in middle school, everyone wore FUBU?
So that's one thing, and I don't know how to say that. And Cody, I'll give you some credit here. Like,
you mean love black people like you love the culture?
Right? It's weird.
Yeah.
No, but what I'm saying is like, no, I'm not giving you credit for that. I know that you're really angry about what's going on in the world right now, and I'm not trying to make you mad about it any further. I have a point. What I'm saying is, I was obsessed with black culture when I first moved here. I was obsessed with hip hop. I still am to this day because it was so fucking new. Like country western was kind of new. It was like, man, fuck that. Like this is super different. But I was never like, let me get FUBU. Let me have to play. And let's throw stereotypes out. Let me have to play basketball. Like let me have to surround myself with only black people and things like that. You know what I'm talking about. There's plenty of people out there that do that shit. Take on that shit. You're in a HBC or HBCU fraternity, if you will, or historically black fraternity.
I graduated from
went to an HBCU,
and
I don't know how to say black fraternity.
Black.
Is that how you say it?
Historically black fraternity.
Historically black fraternity. Okay.
So Omega Psi Phi.
What I'm saying is you have tons of black friends, but you're not wearing FUBU and oversized football jerseys and just trying to stick out and emulate like the typical black guy, because there is no typical black. You're not a rapper. You know what I'm saying? Like,
what?
You know what I'm saying? Like, those motherfuckers out there, what do they call them? Wiggers, which is a terrible word to use. So I don't like to use that word because it sounds too fucking close to a really fucking terrible word.
But what you're saying, but what you're talking about, though,
don't try too hard. Go ahead. Sorry.
Well, no. You're right to an extent, though, because there's been this image of like what you just described, the oversized jersey and things like that. And here's like you just said, Joel, like the in quotes, you know, how media has portrayed this typical black man.
Yeah.
However, like
you went to a school,
like an historically black university, Alabama State, and then the fraternity, you know,
maybe Sci-Fi Incorporated. Suits and ties every day.
Yeah, these.
It's not like white thing or a black thing. That's why I was trying to beat around the bush on it. Like I don't want to offend anyone because I'm just trying to call it out.
Yeah, that image that you described is one of the issues. And again, that was a media thing. Like, hey, this is what we want you to think. Like black men and black women.
That's the problem. Yeah, the white guys that are doing that, those are the assholes. You're a white guy that's got a ton of black brothers, literally. And metaphorically, but literally.
No,
you're not trying to act black. However, act black, where'd that come from? You just said it. It's a spin.
And that's the thing.
I'm supposed to think that's acting black because Will Smith got a couple $1 million to do it for a couple of years? You know what I mean?
And see, and we have to. And that's part of us speaking up. Like, what is this? When somebody says, "Talk," you're like, "Oh, you sound
talk white."
Like, what the
white
fuck does that mean?
Corporate black. Oh, that's what it's called.
Corporate black.
Like a guy like Nick Cannon. They're like, I love that Nick Cannon.
Sell out.
Fucking corporate black.
Uncle Tom.
You could.
But he's not. He's not. That's a 100-year-old book about nothing related to Nick Cannon fucking trying to make money as a human being, as an American.
Sure, no, but what I'm saying.
No, I know what you're saying, Joe. Go ahead. Sorry,
No. You're right, but it's they get exposed to. Yeah. That's why I call it corporate black, because they become the faces of these, and then you're like, that's what black
they
people
do.
are.
They are it. Let's force him on you because
it's like Nick Cannon. You know what I mean? Or fucking Randy Jackson on American Idol.
Yeah, dog.
And then you hear the racists say things like, I mean, I don't mind black people. I like the Randy Jackson.
I like Randy Jackson.
It's like, why can't they be like
Cannon? Why can't they? That's perfect. That's what comes up next. Why can't they be like him?
They try to dictate people's behavior. You can't do
that. Let's take black out of it.
Which is the opposite
homosexual
of freedom.
Throw the term homosexual. Well, I mean, you can be gay, but as long as you're not a faggot. I mean, there's a difference between a black person and a you-know-what.
Yeah.
There's a difference between
Which, by the way, we were giving advice on how to handle racist people.
Shut the fuck up.
If someone says that to you, they're racist.
Absolutely.
If a motherfucker starts out with the sentence, I'm not racist, but, or I have black friends or black family members, but it is 100% racist thing they are about to say.
Yeah.
And
my
that shit
sister,
needs
she
to be
got mixed
checked before
kids.
they
I
even
ain't
say it.
racist.
Yeah,
I just,
like that shit needs
I
to
mean,
be
I
checked
hate her
before
husband.
they even say it.
Yeah.
I
So
hate
that one's
it, man.
obvious. The other
hate
one that's
coming
not
back
as
to
obvious
Camden
is
because of that shit.
there's a difference between a black person and a.
Yeah.
Let me stop you right there. Let me get out of my store.
Well, there's a follow-up story. There's a follow-up sentence to that, and they can be like,
nothing.
Well,
go ahead.
White people can be N-words too.
Oh,
That's the next sentence
best.
every time.
That's the best. I'm like, no, white people can be ignorant. Like you're trying to pass off as a definition of an N-word. Like faggot's a bundle of sticks.
It's the definition.
I'm just calling him a bundle of
Look in the
sticks.
dictionary.
I'm just calling him an ignorant person. I'm not right. Yeah, white people can be that. Hold on, you stupid. Like again, that's it. If I get to that point, I'm not proud of myself because you've struck out by bringing it up
and being in that
that's
conversation.
That's not just like one to me. Like if I'm still there, I'm like, nah, man. What am I doing? I should have fucking got out of this.
That's like by the time they say there's a difference between, I'm like, all right. Like I'm looking for the waiter.
But here it is. I just said it. Cody, we've been talking about this. I just said it. I gave him more, and I'm guilty of it numerous times. I gave him more than that 3 seconds. And that's my fault. And Cody said
and we have all done
hold the fuck on and fuck you. Yeah, that's the problem.
And
we're trying to fix
it.
That's
what
we're
talking about right now.
Let me embarrass you right now by even trying to bring it up.
That at the minimum is what has to change right now.
Minimum.
You started like there's a difference between and right there.
No assault. Don't slap him. Don't hurt him.
And even to the point of where it's like, hold on 1 second, hold that thought. Excuse me, everybody. Yeah. This white guy wants to tell us the difference between a black person and I'm sorry, what was the word you were going to use, sir? What was the word?
Oh, don't call him sir. Don't call him sir. Like, call him by his name. It's probably something like Cody or Joel or Michael. So,
and that's the thing. Like, I'm sorry, Kevin. What were you going to say? Like, because I want to hear this, but I want to make sure everyone else, so you can clear some shit up.
Happy birthday, dear Kevin. Now, what the fuck were you going to say about?
Yeah, like
how black you are.
And that's what has to happen because that's how they're going to learn.
Yeah, that's it.
Because they're not learning by taking knees. They're not learning by walking in the streets with signs. They're not learning by celebrities wearing shirts that say "I can't breathe." Like there has to be some, and apparently maybe if burning shit down doesn't help, and get them to understand, maybe when you start embarrassing them, that'll be like, man, maybe I shouldn't think like this because this is wrong because. Clearly, the fucking majorities feel like it's wrong.
Mm-hmm. No, it's what I'm really afraid of, right? If I want to be like honest, right? If I'm trying to get into this media game or whatever you want to call it, like you get afraid about spreading these kinds of messages. You really do, like NWO and because I truly believe it's time. It's revolution time. Now, I'm just not saying let's go organize and go kill people and nuke Texas and show these people lessons. You know what I mean? Some people do
what
have
would be
that
wrong
fear.
With that?
There is a fear in people that's like.
I think Texas is the wrong state. I'd go Florida. But anyway,
Wyoming. I don't care. People are just a little afraid that they're going to shoot you down for conspiracies and shit now, where it's not fair because we need to organize.
Well,
keep your fucking guns at home, but we need to organize.
No, don't keep
your guns if you want. I'm just saying
because
keep your anger, keep your emotion at home. Like no shooting first. Like
that's what we need to tell our white people.
You know what I'm saying? Though?
That's what
we got to figure out some. I know we got to figure out some way where it's peaceful but scary. First. But you understand what I'm saying? There's got to be a plan for that. Where it's peaceful but scary as fuck.
You know what?
And listen,
everybody's scared
a black mama is peaceful and yet very scary. So maybe and let's be funny about it. Is that what we do? we get the moms to lead that shit because I've
look,
said it
moms-
in earlier
moms are
podcasts.
out
They
there
should be
because it's
No, I
their
know that.
sons that are dying,
that are
being killed,
being murdered. Sorry
Yes.
to break the sound there, but
No,
we're gonna keep saying that.
You're
Cody.
right. No, you're absolutely. It's their
Yeah.
sons that are being murdered.
I mean, it's so fucking hard to sit here. And we've mentioned it, and we're just trying to be self-aware. But it's so hard to sit here and put the shoe or wear the shoe, you know?
Yeah.
If it was on the other foot. Like, good God. Like, imagine if it was
Not even imagine.
being
Talk
Scottish. Like, I'm from Scotland. Like, just imagine well, Cody, you got a little bit here. Imagine if it was being Native American. Like, I know that there's a whole nother can of worms there, but like, do you know what I'm saying? It's just fucking crazy to start thinking about any kind of way. But it is imagining. It's not real to us. It's not real.
But
it's imagining.
If they
It's
have
not
such
real.
a think about
It's a
how
nightmare.
Michael
It's
Vick,
not living a nightmare.
think about how Michael Vick was treated for fucking dogs compared to how these cops were murdering
Yeah.
murdering
I know
these
the dogs
people
are
in the
great,
streets.
but, yeah.
Colin Kaepernick.
Yeah. Kaepernick was taking
Extradited.
a knee. Taking a knee. Like he
People
wasn't
were ready
he
to
wasn't
hang him.
hurting
Hang
anybody.
him. Hang him.
They
And
turned
then-
it into
and
something
you- and
that
you know what?
wasn't, though.
White people
It-
were burning shit then. They were burning Nike.
And they were
What's the
fucking.
difference?
They turned it into the fucking again back to what you're taught in second grade: the military. And
Yeah, during the
you
national
didn't
anthem.
disrespect the fucking military. The
Never
flag
once.
is not the military. The flag is representative of
The flag is not the military. That's correct,
country.
Joel.
the country.
No one gets it. No one gets that. No one gets it around here where I live. And I've had
The irony
I've been
now,
trying to be good,
though,
but I've put on a little
even-
buzz so I can be a little more confident about it. No one gets that around here. It's military only. Hold the fuck on. It's
What the fuck are they
everything.
protecting us from? I'm not trying to
It's
say anything bad about
everything.
them.
I know.
They're not
I know.
protecting us from fucking
It's deterrence. man.
Afghanistan and fucking oil and shit. It's fucking stupid.
It's sad. And we need to take some of this money that we're paying for deterrence and shit like that, and we need to put it into
Education.
community and, first of all,
Equal
education in impoverished communities.
What's happening right
And
now?
I'm not going to say black or white. I know black and white exists, but let's start making all the impoverished people, the rednecks too, need to get educated.
That would help the
And
problem.
equality. That would help.
That would help the problem.
And I'm not saying it's rednecks versus N-words.
Because
I'm just saying
no,
that everyone
'cause
needs to
trailer-
learn, right?
trailer parks are the trailer park areas are just as underfunded educationally
Right.
as the hoods. And
That's it. And
in
that's
the
sad
cities.
that we have to say hoods versus trailer parks to know what's going on, because it's not like that everywhere.
We're
in the
saying that
world
for the
and in the
racist
country,
listening.
and I know that, but we're saying that for the idiots. Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's a good way
It's
to put it.
happening right
And it's
now.
a PC way to put it, but you're right. We need to fund these, but we need to take some of that more money. Of course, healthcare and all that. We'll talk about that in a different episode, but to give them every opportunity they can get, music, art, as well as history and math. You know what I mean? We need to get them every opportunity they can. But if we don't,
but this is the
can't
thing.
fund a
with the
band, we can fund good learning. Go ahead, man. I'm sorry.
No, you're right. Like equal education needs to be across the
Huge,
board.
huge.
It'll save, and we saw and COVID-19 exposed America's education because a lot of places in the world could still do education fundamentally online. Every child in school had access to do online learning.
Yeah.
America, we do not. We had to put it in the parents' hands, and some of these parents we know we are not suitable to be teaching these next generation.
Yeah, but I'm not. Shit.
Yeah, now we got those guys. We had them. Thank God it wasn't in February. If they were in charge of Black History Month.
Let's just say my job did give me every day off. Right. That was a great joke, by the way, Joe. I'm gonna get back to it, but if let's say I did get to work from home, and my wife was gone, and my kid was old enough to be in school, that done, dude. I don't have that kind of fucking.
No.
I went to college. I'm not a teacher because I can't do it. I thought I could, but I can't. Don't fucking make me. And you're right. You put it in your parents' hands, and it's got nothing to do with all these incapable parents that may have felt bad about it. It's not your fault. We weren't prepared for shit like this.
Yeah.
There's a lot of these developed countries are underdeveloped, are less developed than us. We're ready.
And that's the thing, and that was a huge like eye opener looking at it. It's like all these quote unquote third world countries that we learned about growing up in high school and middle school and shit like that. These countries are handling are handling this worldwide virus
pandemic.
This pandemic that way better than what we are capable of. It's not that we just don't have the resources to do it in some areas.
Well, we depend on a lot from
fault.
other countries. Yeah.
You know what, man?
Well, but it gets back down to fucking grassroots politics. Grassroots shit. This DA in Brunswick, or Ahmad, that's us not going out and voting. And let's be fair, that's black folk not going to go and vote neither. When they should. I'm not saying all of them aren't, and all of white people aren't. But we need to start here. We need to start locally now.
But Mike, that goes back to 14% of the population, man.
Correct. Completely.
Like 100% vote. That's still only 14%.
But if there is 100 black people in this town and only 20 of them go out and vote, then your 14% bullshit, it doesn't matter. You know what I mean?
Okay, you're right. No, you're
14% is
right.
not represented.
However, how has that systematic racism stopped that other percent from voting because of bullshit charges?
I'm not saying black people need to go out and vote.
And it's gerrymandering.
You know, it is gerrymandering.
But what I'm saying is like, it's all right. So it's 14% of the nation's population. However, that 14%, how much of that percent has been screwed by the racist systematic?
Who the fuck wants to go vote? Right.
Well, how many can vote because of some bullshit charges that have ruined their voting right?
I know people in this town that can't fish because they're behind on child support. They can't legally fish. And that's insane to me. I live in a country that's a rule.
We also live in a country where you can't live off the grid if you want to collect your own rain for water.
Right. Yeah. It's insanity. And there's a lot of problems, guys, and that's what sucks. We're scared to talk about it because the NSA might be like, oh, well, I'm encrypting that and putting that against you because they've got more power than you at the end of the day. You know, like they can say whatever the fuck they want. Just like these cops can say, oh, no, we had him in the car and he told us he had 4 dead bodies somewhere and that's why we were cruel to him. Do you know what I mean? They can make it whatever the fuck they want.
Yeah, even the whole I feel threatened.
Yeah.
Motherfucker, I feel threatened. You got a gun. Like
every time I mean that as an honest person that's been honestly standing strong on the all cops aren't bad. Like I'm saying that out loud. I am a nervous wreck around cops. Nervous because of what's going on. And I get it. The media spin. We're not dumb. I think we've established that to people at this point that we're not that dumb. So I understand the media spin, but I am absolutely a nervous wreck around cops. I'm a nervous wreck around cops.
Fuck the media spinning shit. They don't have to spin much because the shit is happening.
It's happening. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I'm saying it out loud to defend my statement, and I shouldn't. You're right, because I'm just a nervous wreck around cops. But I wanted to say that I'm an intelligent guy. I'm not sitting here with a bunch of fucking coke and shit in my house. You know what I mean? Like I'm not breaking laws. I'm still nervous around cops.
But nobody's saying 100% of cops are bad.
I know that. I know exactly what the message is.
If 25% of the cops are bad, that's 75%.
Then they should not be cops anymore.
Well,
and,
yeah, but
and the
that's
75% should say something and make it not happen.
Shit. They're becoming bad because being silent is just as part of the you're part of the problem.
Cody, where does that come in, man? Let's play little devil's advocate here, right? But let's play Hollywood, right? So where does those movies become true? Where does it is like, nah, you're dealing with someone that will kill you if you rat them out. You will die. Will kill your family. They have guns. They have access to it. A dead man does not have a story in court. Bam, he's dead. He was a crooked cop. And you know what I'm saying? So how bad are these cops? How scared are these guys to not say something? When do we catch them? When do we catch them early? You know what I mean? Like these movies are. Also, they talk about you're going to lose your family. You're going to die.
At a time though, when is enough enough? I mean, there was a video. I'm with you. There was a video of. I just saw it before I came into the Zoom, and I don't remember which city. Maybe it was Atlanta, since that's like the hot spot right now.
Yeah.
But it was a black woman asking the officer to take a knee. Just take a knee. Officer, take a knee. Like there's a barricade, and she would just take a knee, officer. They relieved the officer because he started to cry. Like he understands.
Yeah.
And at what point is my job more important than human rights?
Yeah.
And they replaced him standing at the front line with another cop who had a baton now, and he looked like he was just ready to whoop ass.
Of course, that's who they replaced him with.
But she was talking to the cop.
If we're talking a white cop. That's who you replace him with.
Like he's a white cop.
Yeah.
And he was crying. Like you could see, like this is, and that should be an issue. Like at that moment,
that should be all over the fucking place. That image right there is iconic. If you can make it iconic.
Why is my job? My job now is to basically suppress a basic human right because of the color of their skin.
To enforce a curfew of a protest. Like, how fucking American is that? There's a curfew on a protest.
If you look at history, it's pretty fucking.
Pretty American, isn't it? That's a great point, Cody.
So, because it's only a curfew because it's about racism. That's why there wasn't a curfew when they were protesting COVID-19.
Yeah,
Americans being inconvenienced.
I saw
which is the whole fucking problem.
I think that's too.
Again, Karen and Kevin.
When I'm talking media spin, what I'm talking about is like, we all are. I saw one before I came in too, Cody, and it was, you could see that like this cop got kind of separated. Yeah, and these motherfuckers were just backing him up. Like protesters are making sure that other protesters weren't being dumb, and they understand too. It's not about you, man. Like, all cops are bad. Hashtag. Maybe you know what I'm saying. It's not about you. It's about you.
Yeah, it's not about the individual.
Right. It's
about racism.
It's about racism. It's about everything.
And also,
we don't know like that cop doesn't have a black wife or black children. We don't know. So that's what I'm saying. And doesn't mean you're bad or not good or bad. I'm just saying, but there is peaceful protests happening. There is people out there not fucking doing the shit that we're all saying, oh, don't do. So what I'm saying is everyone's different. They're not going to fucking show that. That's not going to be images. We're going to have to find that on social media. We're going to have to find that on the internet. They're not going to throw that on CNN or Fox.
Well, I think the way the vision is now, I mean, I feel like we will start to see some of that because
hopefully.
And I think that, there's going to be coverage, and it's not about it's about the system.
You ready to take some people?
Yeah.
Did you post this shit?
This guy has got cop friends, man. Good people that are cops and shit. So, I mean, he's a good guy. He's a social media guy, but like,
I don't know how much longer I'm going to make it. Just for the record, man. I'm down.
We'll try John out and see what's going on. He might be. We'll see.
I didn't even know
John's
you were big
alright.
enough to start taking calls.
I've had a few come
Yeah.
in, but I got 2 at once there and figured we'd try it out.
Joel, did you know he's getting big enough to where he's accepting calls now?
I
Dude,
did not.
I'm going to be at the new Bulldog Liquor when they open. They're getting a new location.
Should we?
Is that the one?
Should we
Is
go
that the one that
live
was
on
trying to like?
I don't know if we can take. We can start doing this on Facebook. You know, Facebook has this now. You can do a
That's
room.
what?
You can start a Zoom on Facebook. I think John's just maybe trying to watch.
Okay.
So.
Maybe he's got like his AirPods in or something.
Yeah, I'll just do that. Get him out of here. Listen, I'm with you, man, because I don't know how long I'm going to make it either. But this was good, productive, and I think that's what people need to start, at least doing what we're doing, and start talking about things.
Or you know what? Here's a better idea.
Yeah.
Start listening. Like
Bam.
your black friends and black families that people want to talk about that makes them not racist. Start listening.
Yeah.
When they speak.
Well, what about
listen.
start asking as well? Start asking.
Yeah.
What can I do, man?
Because we will never understand what is going on.
I'm asking you, as you know, with your experience, where you went to school and your fraternity, and you're living abroad with, again, as a minority, like, is it an awkward issue? How do you approach it? Like, hey, man, like, I know what's going on. I just want you to know that it's weird.
So
I get it. But what can I do to help?
Like,
do you know what I mean? Like, how do you approach that?
But that's kind of how you have to do. It's
exactly
awkward.
How I have to approach it, right?
It's going to be. You're going to feel awkward because it's like, am I asking this right? Am I saying this right? Because this is a conversation that has not been had, that has need to have been had.
It's never been had before, man. And
this is something like we have swept it under the rug long enough.
Yeah.
We have to have these we have to listen. And that's the other thing. We feel like we need to speak. And this is a prime example, not knocking the podcast or anything.
Sure,
Mike,
no, sure.
But this is a prime example where this podcast is white men talking about a race issue. When in all actuality, man, one of the big things that we can do to help is like we talked about, when we see something, we say something. However, we need to listen. Like that needs to be something that we do. And we have to ask those questions. And we have to say, hey, man, or even to the point of this, like, just like, fuck it. Just say, man, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And hug them. Because we can't fathom, we can't imagine what is going through the minds of the black community right now.
Yeah.
I mean, they are having conversations with their kids that we will never have to ask or have to have with our children. They have to explain why in 2020 their kids on social media and television are watching real life lynchings happening in broad daylight. We never will have to tell our kids, hey, I'm sorry that you have to see this in this year.
No, we did one time, and we've been in war for 20 years over it in a different country that had nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
We saw 9/11. When white people dealt with 9/11, we sent a generation of people to die and fight our war and fuck them up, and then turn those same people into cops that fuck up black people.
Yeah, no, man.
I
will never forget. When I was interviewing for the FBI, there was a dude in there, and he just got out the Air Force, and we were doing the group interview, and man, he was like gung ho, ready to be part of like the task force.
Yeah.
And
I can't wait to go kill motherfucker.
And man, you could not. I knew then. I was like, if this dude gets in, which I feel like because the military preference, like you automatically got picked. But I do remember, like, I'm gonna remember this guy because when I see this news article or segment about how he killed somebody that didn't need to be killed, I'd just be
Oh,
like,
I knew that guy.
I knew it. I
When
knew
he
it.
goes full Chris Benoit.
But man, like, yeah, dude, like you said, like we've been saying this entire podcast, that we have to. It starts with us. We have to say something, and we have to listen. Listening is just as important as speaking up when you see it.
It's really hard to tell me to listen, but I understand the theoretic
active listening
behind
too,
that. Active listening, not listening to see what you got to say next. Listening and making fucking changes.
Like don't listen to respond.
This one especially because it went a little long. I'll try to edit some stuff out, but the good positive you can take from this conversation tonight, boys, and I really appreciate all your help always when you join and help the podcast out, is that we are putting this out there for the world to see. And hopefully somebody somewhere listens to what we've talked about tonight and says, all right, you know what, they're right. If they reach out to me, I'll reach out to y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like, if we can fucking do something, let's fucking do something. And it does go more than – but, little things like I Run With Mom, that helped. People – it got shared. However, it didn't help because the next week, Mr. Floyd is now cold and dead. So we've now had to change action. So we've went to an extreme. I don't think it's overshadowed. Let's change it somehow. No, I don't think so either. It's just shed light on it, 100%. Yeah, and how we should have reacted maybe last week.
And I think it says a lot, that you're using your platform to try and get people to understand where it's like, listen, just listen to people, ask questions, but speak up when you see this. And
I'm going to laugh about everything and anything, man. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a black person. I've seen my dick. I know I'm not a black person. But what I am saying is we're going to try to have some fun with it when we can, because hopefully people can if I've got that kind of pull on some people to actually try and teach them, because this shit's serious. This shit's not it's not a comic routine.
And that's the thing.
This shit is happening. It's real life.
I get what you're saying with the have fun or make a joke, but the problem is like there's no joke, there's no punchline to this.
No, not at all.
People are being murdered.
Yeah, not at all. And stereotypes are stereotypes. I'm sorry for being a comedian taking a funny, cheap joke there. But I know who I am. I know I'm joking. That being said, there's no punchline here. This is real life. I don't feel comfortable being a comedian while this shit's going on. It's bad fucking news, and people are dying. Now put it in your shoes. Murdered. Put it in your head. Murder. Again, they're being murdered. I don't care if they're black or white. I don't care if you're black or white. Let's talk about your son, your mom, your dad, your brother, your sister, somebody from work. I don't care. This is big fucking news. And if it was cancer or COVID, you'd be sitting there upset. It's not cancer or COVID, but it's killing people at the same rate. And it's absolute fucking abuse of power, an abuse of fucking a system that we keep voting for.
They gotta stop.
Or not voting for. And that's where it starts with me. Go out there and fucking, Killer Mike said, bully them. Bully them where you can. And do it at the fucking ballot box. And I mean that. Because there's a lot of people where I live, Joel, please, I want to hear you, that say, oh, because I like local politics and I don't see color and Republican. I'm a Republican here, but fuck all that. Everyone should like local politics and get behind it, because that's where it starts. Go ahead, man. I'm sorry.
Stop with the fucking giving the police the benefit of the doubt every time. Like, start asking questions about.
Right. Because they have every right to be stressed out and unhappy when they go home, because they're not making a bunch of money and they're risking their lives every day. Let's give them that. Like, let's give them the fact that they are risking their lives and they are fucking underpaid.
But you know what? Fuck that. What I mean is, the police, like, they do these people, and you know what? Fuck it. They're guilty till they're proven innocent. Then you know what? I bet they'll start changing their attitude.
Yeah. Right. When shootings happen, anytime an unarmed black man is shot, you should not automatically say, well, what's the rest?
What did he do?
What's the rest of the story?
What's the rest of the story? Start saying, why the fuck would a cop shoot anyone that's unarmed?
Why did the cop murder that guy?
Yeah.
Why did the cop murder that guy?
Should never happen. Unarmed,
Yeah, no one's ever manslaughtered a guy. No one's ever first-degree murdered a guy or second-degree. They've killed a guy. There's no ifs, ands, and buts about it. Now, I can understand self-defense, and I understand first, second, and third degree. I understand manslaughter. But we don't talk like that.
No.
We're going to say, oh, Michael got in a fight with him and he died. No, Michael killed that guy, right?
Yeah.
That's just how it works. So if we're not going to fucking butter up and, decorate it in regular talk, then let's start talking about it.
And I'm not saying, let me clarify, I'm not saying ignore facts.
No, of course not. Of course, if someone did something and shit's going down, I get that. I'm with you.
Right to the fucking defense of he must have been a criminal because
he must have not cooperated.
When you automatically assume that a black man that gets shot is a criminal, that's racist.
You're part of the problem.
That's racist.
But
that's
that
racism.
Being said, like, how
not having the benefit of the doubt, whether it's fucking Honda, 2 or 3 years ago, got caught fucking. The way they evaluated credit was different for black people.
They fucked it up big time.
Like that's racism, not giving the benefit of the doubt. The
Zero.
Same thing as me going in there.
How many black people in this world are way smarter than I am? I'm not even going to say way more successful than I am. That's just there's a lot of people way more successful.
Dude, there's black people.
Brain's a brain, man. I'm just saying. I was like, why the fuck are they not? They got way better credit than mine, and they deserve it.
Like, why is that?
Yeah,
literally because they're black.
Like,
that's a real thing that happened in America.
It's a real life thing that we ignored,
and we're not talking,
like UFOs.
And we're not talking like 50 or 60 years ago either.
No, we're talking like 4 years ago tops.
Yeah,
2000 teens. Yeah, man.
Well,
Drake's a billionaire, but anyone that looks like him can't get a fucking loan because of their skin color.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like Lil Wayne's sitting in a $14 million mansion.
That's what I'm saying.
Because we love him. All the football players that are wearing a jersey we glorify some people of color, but let's look at credit. Come the fuck on.
Like and again, we're talking about issues that are going on now. This isn't happening now. In the 50s or 60s. Yeah.
Now.
But racism's over. Martin Luther King
he had a dream. We all got behind it.
Totally got assassinated for no reason.
Yeah. He was at the right place at the wrong time.
They like to quote Martin Luther King and talk about how much he fixed. Someone murdered him because he hated his ideas so fucking much.
Yeah. He was the last big one like that. I say the last big like profile assassination, you think?
Reagan attempted.
Pope John Paul attempted. But I just mean like last kind of, I think so, at least in our country or relevant to America. Like the last big.
Till we hear the conspiracy about
other than like 9/11. Oh yeah, that's coming out. Guys,
Which one?
Really thoroughly well, he's dead. Right?
He's brain dead.
He's dead, he's a vegetable and all that shit.
Wait, who did you mention?
North Korea, Kim Jong-un.
Oh, yeah.
Hold on, I'm ending this. MickMotherwell.com. Get to me on social media anywhere. Just Google Mick Motherwell, YouTube, anywhere the fuck you want. See these handsome guys talk to me about shit that I really don't have a clue about talking about. Anyway, thank you guys so much. Check me out. MickMotherwell.com. Facebook me, email me, like, subscribe, follow, all that shit. We are done here. Thank you so much.
Fuck your podcast.
All right, so the audio is done. Let me stop recording